All right, let's take a look at the first example in 1.6, finding the inverse of the function informally, and then verify your answer. And then I'll show you algebraically how do you actually find it. Okay, so informally, what does that mean? It just means do it in your head. So notice, right, this function right here, I'm taking the cube, right? Well, what's the opposite of taking the cube of x? The opposite of taking the cube, right, is to take the cube root, right? Or the 1/3 root. And then notice it's being multiplied by 2, right? Oh, sorry, it's, I should say it's being divided by 2. Well, the opposite or the inverse of divide by 2 is to multiply by 2. Okay, so we're going to follow our order of operations. If I were to calculate the inverse of f, right, I need to take the cube root of x, or the 1/3, right? And then I also need to multiply by 2. And this would be my inverse. Okay, so it also says verify your answer. And the way you want to verify that f and f inverses are inverses, right? The way you verify is you have to show, using the definition, that f of f inverse of x is equal to x. And you have to show that f inverse of f of x also equals x. Okay, so let's do that. Both of these conditions need to be true. F of f inverse. Well, f of f inverse is just f cube root of 2x. And if I plug this into my function, the cube root of 2x cubed over 2. Well, the cube of a cube root is just the argument, and I'm going to get x. So condition number 1 is met. We also need to find and verify this f inverse of f of x also equal x. So f inverse of my f of x, well, my f of x is just x cubed over 2. And I plug it into the inverse function, the cube root of 2 times x cubed over 2. Well, these 2's are going to cancel out. The cube root of x cubed is just x. Okay, so both of these conditions are met. Therefore, they are inverses of each other. Now, somewhere along the lines in Math 3, right, you were taught to find the inverse, algebraically instead of informally. So let me just quickly show you how to do that. Going back to my original problem, f of x is equal to x cubed over 2. The way you solve for the inverse algebraically, if it exists, right, I'm just going to briefly write y is equal to x cubed over 2, is you switch the x and y. Okay, so I'm going to switch it. After you switch the x and y, you need to get y by itself. Okay, get y by itself. So this, I will explore this concept a little bit further with you, but this is how you do it algebraically. 2x is equal to y cubed, right? And then you take the cube root of both sides. This is your inverse function. Okay, so this is how you solve for the inverse algebraically. This is how you verify that these two functions are inverses. And then back to the original problem, right? This is how you find the inverse informally. Okay, so there's 3 different concepts I explained in this one problem. If you need to pause or go back and review, of course, that's the benefit of having a video.